Hello, this is Professor C.P. Prakasham, former professor from International Institute for Population Sciences, Mumbai. I will be discussing about on the topic Descriptive Statistics Part 1 under Data Analysis. In the earlier two videos, we have discussed about the introduction to SPSS and how to enter data in the SPSS spreadsheet so that further calculations can be done. Now we will be discussing that what are the statistical methods used for data analysis by using the SPSS under the heading Descriptive Statistics Part 1. To begin with, we will start one example that a researcher is interested to do on the currently married woman with at least one pregnancy in the age group 15 to 49 and about their place of living and number of children. You want to conduct a study and identify the few questions that you want to find out what are the descriptive statistics for that. For that purpose, a questionnaire has been designed. You can see the questionnaire here that shows that there are various questions, 8 questions, a small sample of 20 you want to collect and do the statistical analysis for that. This is only for the illustration purpose so that it can be extended for a large surveys and large survey data analysis also. Initially, if you look at the questionnaire will have the identification number and what is your current age, that is given as it is reported by the reproductive woman, and at what age you are got married, that is open end questions will be there, and it is a 2-digit or 2 integer answer will be there. Where do you live? The place of living is already coded as urban 1 and rural 2. How many living children do you have? That is open, that they can 2 digits integer will be given in that. How many of them are died? Single digit. Are you using any contraceptive? It is already pre-coded. Yes 1, no 0. If yes, specify the method, permanent method or spacing method, which is already pre-coded. When you look at the questionnaire carefully, there are few questions which have been given as it is. Whatever the respondent will give the answer, that will be given as it is, and some of the questions have been pre-coded. The researcher is interested to find out what is the frequency distribution, age at marriage and place of living. What are the frequency in that? As we discussed earlier, frequency is the number of times a event will occur. Average age of the respondent woman and standard deviation, and average age at marriage and standard deviation they want to calculate. Place of living and acceptance of family planning methods. Another interesting one, he wants to find out acceptance of family planning method by number of living children, and further association between place of living and use of contraception. That will be discussed in the next video. We are going to discuss and give the interpretation for the questionnaire and derived statistical method from that. For that purpose, when you look at the spaces, the answers will be given by using the descriptive statistics module. Question arises here that what is descriptive statistics? Descriptive statistics is defined as a brief description about the data set which summarizes the information about the entire data set. Suppose you are having a 100 integers, then if you want to represent in a unique way, then you can describe that in a summarized way by using the descriptive statistics. What are the methods in the descriptive statistics? There are 2 categories of measures are there. One is the measures of central tendency and another is the measures of variation or variability or spread over the distribution. In the measures of central tendency, the statistical methods which have been given as the mean, that we also call as the average, mode, median, geometric mean and harmonic mean. Most of the time when the distribution is given, and there are some assumptions for that, that normal distribution and skewed distributions and other things that we will come across, we will use the mean, mode and median, most commonly used for the social science data analysis. And another one measure is the measure of variability, measure of dispersion, measure of spread, that is also called. There are so many measures under that. One is the range, interquartile deviation, absolute deviation, standard deviation, variancy, standard error, coefficient of variation. Further, to discuss about the distribution or discuss about the data set, skewness and kurtosis, other methods also available in the descriptive statistics. We will be coming across that what are the measures of central tendency and what are the statistical formulas and how to use SPSS for that in analyzing the questionnaire which has been designed by the researcher under the My Survey. Also find out the measure of variability and give the small interpretation for that purpose. As we discussed earlier, in the descriptive statistics, measures of central tendency and dispersions are the two important measures for the data analysis. Among that, measures of central tendency is having the three measures: mean, which is also called as a average. Notationally it is referred as a x bar is equal to sum of the observations divided by the number of observations. Notationally it is given as a sigma xi divided by small n, where small n refers to number of observations and xi refers to the elements or the observations in the distribution. The small n and capital N are different, and when we discuss in the sampling, then we will discuss more about the small n and capital N. Next measurement is the median. Median is the mid value of the observations, and mode is the most frequent value of the observations. Apart from that, we have also discussed about the geometric mean, harmonic mean, which is used very less in the distribution when it is a normal. And another measures of dispersions are, one of the main important measure is the standard deviation. Standard deviation is the square root of deviation of observations from mean divided by n minus 1 observations. This is the standard deviation which measures the deviation of the observation from the central value. Central value is the mean. Sometimes mode may be there, but here SD is measured in terms of the mean deviation from that. Therefore, standard deviation is a measure of dispersion of a data set relative to its mean. And square of the standard deviation, that is the sigma square, is called variancy, which will give the without square root it will give the answer for the variations of the observation. And the standard error, that we will discuss later. The standard error is the standard deviation divided by the root n, will give the variation of the mean over the population mean. That can be understood later. Apart from the standard deviation and standard error, range is also one of the measures of dispersion. Range is equals to difference between maximum and minimum value. That is, maximum minus minimum value will give the range of the observations. When the observations are very close to each other, the range will be very small from the central value. Then we can understand that the observations are clustered around the mean value. Similarly, another measure of the variations of the standard deviation and mean is the coefficient of variation. Coefficient of variation is equals to standard deviation divided by the mean multiplied by 100. This will give you the how far the mean and standard deviation are related with each other. The ratio of that will be given the relation between that. Therefore, if the coefficient of variation value, that is the calculated of CV, is nearer to 100, shows that there is a large variation between the observations. It reveals that standard deviation is very large and mean is very small. That means that the observations are quite deviated from the central value, that is the mean, and the observations are very large deviations are existing. Therefore, coefficient of variation is very large. Smaller the coefficient of variation, better is the lesser is the dispersion and better is the distribution. To understand the nature of the distribution of our data set, then another measure is called the skewness as well as the kurtosis. What it measures, that skewness and kurtosis refers to the shape of the distribution. Suppose if you plot the all your data set in x and y axis, then how it will reveal in general or in the normal condition. That skewness and kurtosis refers to the shape of the distribution. And also one of the measure is the skewness, measures the amount of asymmetry in the distribution. How far it is deviated from the central value, is it from the right side or left side. Therefore, skewness is equals to mean minus mode divided by the standard deviation. This is the one of the measure, one of the calculation procedure. Therefore, if you look at the graph, the distribution is symmetric. Whenever the distribution is symmetric, then mean equals to median equals to mode. That means it will look like a bell-shaped curve. Then it is called a normal distribution. When the mean is less than median, then it is the left skewed. When the mean is greater than the median, then it is the right skewed. Therefore, next one is the kurtosis. Kurtosis is a measure of relative concentration of the values in the center of the distribution. That means it is a peak value at the center when it is normally peak or it is extensively peak. When the standard deviation is very, very low and the mean is very, very high, then you can have the peak will be very high at that time. These are the two measures which will measure the dispersions of the distribution, and we can understand whether it is a bell-shaped curve or not. That is called the normal. More we will discuss in the bell shape and other things in the coming lectures, coming videos and other things. In the earlier few slides, we got some concept of measures of central tendency and dispersion. That is the mean as well as the standard deviation and other things. Let us look at the my survey data of the researcher which has been collected. He has selected a sample size of 20. When you look at the questionnaire, the questions: what is your current age, at what age you got married, as well as how many living children you have, how many of them died, are the not coded values. Whatever the respondent will give, that has been recorded in that. And coming back to the question such as where do you live, that is urban or rural, is already pre-coded. Are you using any contraceptive pre-coded? If yes, what is the specify the concept contraception, it is already pre-coded. Therefore, for the analysis purpose, we will be using the, first of all, which have been given as it is will be pre-coded into or classified into groups, and for that we will be giving the codes for that. Look at the current age of the woman. Therefore, current age of the woman can be coded with a variable name coded as a Q2 G age, that is 15 to 19, 20 to 24, 25 to 29, that means grouped into various categories between in the reproductive age. When you look at the age at marriage, the woman will report 13 years, 14 years, 15 years or 20 years, 25 years. Therefore, in a single digit, there were two digits in a single way they will be representing. That will be grouped into a recoded into another variable called Q3 age at marriage AMR less than 18 equals to 1, 18 to 21 equals to 2, 20 to 24 is equals to 3. This we will decide early before going to that, and then we will transfer the data set into the SPSS spreadsheet which has been earlier discussed. Therefore, now we have to remember that how to record the age distribution of the woman got married as well as the current age of the woman and age at marriage will be recorded into different variables. How to record it, and that will come across in the coming slide. I will show you how to transfer into a different variable. Record into a different variable, then click Q2, then you give the name for that different name. I will give you as a G A G E as a new variable. Then I will give you the code as a grouped label, grouped age. Then I will go to the old value to the new value. Old values are the 15 to 19. I will transfer into a code value as 1, then add it, then 20 to 24, I will transfer it into code as a 2, then add it, 25 to 29, I will add it as a 3, add it here, and 30 to 34, and add it here as a code value 4, 35 to 39, I will add it here as a 5, add it here, and 40 to 44, I will add it here as a 6, 45 to 49. That is the complete code values is given, and then add it, continue, and then say change. That will be changed to new variable, say OK. That will be stored, and then you will get the output into the data view. You can see the variable V as a GAG. Here I will show you how to record it into a different variable, the age at marriage. When you look at the class intervals of the age at marriage is less than 18 years equals to 1, 18 to 21 years equals to 2, 22 to 24 equals to 3, and 25 and above equals to 4. That's what we want to code it. But now when you see the SPSS transform into different variable and give the variable as a new variable as a Q3-AGM, and then if you say that old variable to the new variable, there you will find the lower interval, that is the lowest through 17 equals to 1, that will give the concept of less than 18 years, and the upper limit, that is 25, and we do not know what is the upper limit. Therefore, we will consider all the variables, all the observations, and give the 25 through highest value equals to 4. Therefore, in the next video you can see that how to record it into the age at marriage, but that is not having the audio in that. after recoding it to the different variable, you can see that the variable view that will give you Q2 AGE and grouped age data, but the value labels is not given. Therefore, you have to give the value labels as a separately, which has been discussed. 1 equals to 15 to 19, like that you have to give the value labels. Similarly, the new variables Q3 GAGM is automatically given, and up to grouped age data labels are given, but value labels has to be given by using the here format, and then this will be used for the further calculations and other things. From this presentation, we have learned the measures of central tendency and dispersion, some statistical concepts of the mean, mode, median, standard deviation, coefficient of variation. Further, by using the small survey data, my survey, we are able to understand the recording pattern of the age as well as age at marriage. The difference between age and age at marriage is that in the age, the class interval, that is 15 to 19, 20 to 24, 25 to 29, are each is having a upper limit and lower limit. Therefore, the recoding it is one pattern, whereas age at marriage is having the lower limit, that is the less than 18 years, and upper limit more than 25 years is the given as a class intervals. That has a different concept of recoding is given and shown in that. With this my survey data, it is possible to prepare suitable tables and analysis by using the SPSS that we are going to understand in the coming presentations. Thank you very much. Like it, share it, subscribe it, and then press the subscribe button which is given below the presentation, as well as the bell which is indicating that subscription. Thank you very much.